Hello and welcome to NerdVsWorld episode 74, the Nerdmare before Christmas.
Woohoo.
I'm Brendan.
I'm Spindles.
I'm Emma.
And I'm Ben.
Yeah, I got some guests in the studio today. By studio I mean lounge. So yeah, this is our annual recap of the year that was, the best and the worst of film, TV and events for 2016.
2016's been awesome, hasn't it, everyone?
Woo.
No. No. It hasn't. I said it before and I'll say it again. 2016 can suck a bag of dicks. Like, it's been the worst year on record for so many different reasons.
So many different
reasons.
Yeah.
But I have trawled through my list of things that I've seen at the cinema this year, and I have picked out my 5 top films of 2016.
Okay, shall we get down to it then with 5 top films each?
Yeah, we'll start with the 5 films then.
Yeah, do it.
Cool.
I'm not sure if I've actually seen 5 films this year.
Really?
6, maybe?
What are you doing here? You've never seen Star Wars, you've never seen Short Circuit, you've
I've
never
seen
Bill
Star
and Ted.
Wars, just not episode 7.
He spends all of his time listening to our podcast. He's our super fan.
That's fine. We'll let him off with that then.
He's the one. We'll let him off.
Sorry, I'm meant to be the one that bigs you guys up, not the other way round.
We have to look after our fans, you see. If you're our fans, we eventually invite you into our living room and stuff. That's the kind of show
It's not
we are.
creepy. At all.
It definitely is.
Yeah. So, okay, top 5 films then. At number 5, Ghostbusters.
Cool.
I really enjoyed the reboot.
I loved it.
I thought it was fantastic. I enjoyed the fact that they were characters in their own right. They weren't trying to riff off the 1980s Ghostbusters characters. I enjoyed the cameos. I thought Chris Hemsworth stole it.
Oh, totally.
Some of his moments were just incredible.
The cameos were fantastic as well.
It had issues. It had issues in pacing, but I can forgive pacing issues in a lot of films if they entertain me. And Kate McKinnon and Kirsten Wiig are 2 of the funniest female comedians in the business today.
And you can forgive Ghostbusters pretty much anything because Holtzman.
Yeah.
End of story.
She was awesome.
Yeah.
So that's my number 5 film. At number 4...
I feel like you should have like music in the background. Some kind of No, not that.
So at number 4, 10 Cloverfield Lane.
Okay, yeah.
I really enjoyed that. Again, it had a bit of an issue at the end. I would have preferred if they hadn't
tied it in with
Cloverfield, and
yeah.
if we hadn't seen the aliens, and if she hadn't been tossed around in the car. But the psychological thriller aspect of that was really very good.
Okay.
And John Goodman was just scary.
He's been stunning in pretty much everything I've seen him in recently. It goes back to like Red State. He was phenomenal in Red State.
So yeah, he made that film.
New entry at number 3.
Deadpool.
Cool.
Oh, yeah.
For reasons. Deadpool was a great film. I'm sad to hear that Tim Miller has left Deadpool 2 because of great differences with Ryan Reynolds. But one wanted to take it more blockbuster, one wanted to keep it true to what made the first one great. So hopefully it'll be alright. But Deadpool was just a breath of fresh air.
It really was. Yeah, I mean, we reviewed it a couple of shows back, and it was a fantastic film.
At number 2 is Civil War.
Okay.
I thought that was good. I mean, it doesn't make my top 5 Marvel films, but they have set an impossibly high bar for themselves. I think the only film that's going to possibly break into that will be next year's Guardians of the Galaxy. But yeah, Civil War, I thought it was good. It was as much a filler film for the phases as Age of Ultron was, but it handled the character introduction and set up much more organically, and it felt like a more complete movie. And I thought it was good. So it's worth a spot in my top 5. And number 1, Rogue One.
Okay.
Star Wars story. it's splitting opinion.
Yeah, I've seen lots of people speaking, and of course, this is my big reveal: is that I still haven't seen it.
It's just come out, so that's
Well, it's been out a week.
Yeah,
and I've seen pretty much every other Star Wars movie within time of it coming out, apart from the original, because I was busy being bored and stuff.
That's fair.
No excuse. Come on.
I think we'll let him off. It seems
Just on that one, maybe on the first one. Yeah. I've heard a couple of people say it was kind of bland.
It's a different kind of Star Wars film, and that's the thing. It took me a while to get around it, because it's not cut the same way that the rest of the Star Wars films are. It's very it doesn't have the same sort of fades and transitions that Lucas borrowed from Kurosawa for the first film, for A New Hope.
Well, because A New Hope is all wipes and...
Yeah, it doesn't have those. It's very sharp cuts, kind of reminiscent of Phantom Menace in that regard, I guess. And the opening 10-15 minutes are quite rushed. It's like, you go here, meet this character, you go here, meet this character, and it's not bring the cast together organically. But once it's done that and got the messy bit out of the way, it's a really, really good film. And the last half an hour, especially the last 15 minutes, will just leave you coming out of that with a real high. And don't let anybody ruin the last 15 minutes of that film for you.
Excellent.
My only issue is that it seems to be a completely different film to what the original cut was. There's an awful lot of stuff from the trailers that is not in the final cut of the movie. And it looks... I think it was 40% of it was reshot, I think. And there's an awful lot missing. It seems like the ending is entirely different to what was originally filmed.
Okay.
Once you've seen it, we can talk about the differences.
Yeah, but certainly the first episode of next year we'll be able to do that, because I will have definitely seen it by then.
Yeah. But like with the Marvel movies, where they have tried to take standard film tropes like a spy movie or a heist movie and apply a Marvel skin to it, like Ant-Man's a heist film, Winter Soldier is a spy thriller. This is a war movie. It's a war movie with the Star Wars skin over the top of it, and these are the guys who aren't the good or the bad clearly defined areas. These are the guys in the moral grey area, the ones who don't get memorials, the ones who have to do the dirty shit to get stuff done. So it's it's the Dirty Dozen in space, and it's
fair enough, which is essentially what Star Wars was trying to be.
Yeah, and it's awesome.
So it's focusing a little bit more on actually individual people and their stories and struggles, rather than actually saying this is Star Wars. So then, like with what you just said about like Marvel and stuff, it's focusing really on people and what they do. Really.
No more than the traditional films. The traditional films, the focus is very much on the Jedi and the Sith, and that galactic balance between two opposites. This is very much on the handful of people who have to do a dirty job.
Because the original trilogy is the hero's journey.
Yeah.
It's good. My problem is, where do I place it in my favourite Star Wars films? And it's got to come in at fourth.
Fourth, so behind Empire, Jedi, and Force Awakens. Empire, Star Wars, and Force Awakens.
For me, it's Empire, Force Awakens, A New Hope, Rogue One.
Okay.
Force Awakens just pipped it for me.
Okay.
But yeah,
all Jedi had was a bunch of Muppets.
But that's not to say it's a bad movie because it's my fourth favourite. It's still a very, very good film, and the ending will do enough to make you forget any of the inconsistencies.
That's fine, dude. We'll be here in 10 years, and you'll be lucky if it makes the top 10 of Star Wars movies.
That's true.
Yeah, they're not going to stop.
Well, no, they're really not.
So yeah, that's it. That's my top five.
Okay, I mean, I'm not going to go top 5, but what I'm going to do is, because I agree with a few of the ones you've said so far, what I will point out is a couple that you haven't mentioned that I thought were very, very good. Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Never got around to watch.
I thought was amazing.
It was great.
It was wonderful. It was a wonderful, pure, joyous romp back into the Harry Potter universe, and it was great. Utterly, utterly fantastic. So
we thoroughly enjoyed it, didn't we? And just the characters and some of the beasts in that were really good.
the interplay, and you can see how it sets stuff up, and you can see how you can see what the timeline is going to be of how it gets from where it is now to the beginning of Harry Potter, and how they're going to tell that story over the next few films, and it's going to be very, very interesting. And then just the surprise Johnny Depp cameo at the end will just knock you for 6.
Okay.
They're doing 5 of them, aren't they? They're doing 5 one every 2 years.
It's at least 5. Yeah.
Are they gonna? Is it gonna bridge from whenever that's based?
It's essentially
until...
covering a 30-year period.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it all based around that character?
Yes, and the search for Grindelwald and a few other things, because it's eventually the way the timelines go is it's going to lead up to the point where Dumbledore and Grindelwald face off.
Okay, yeah.
Which is referenced in the books and the films. That's going to be essentially the pivotal end point of this storyline.
So there's going to be a little gap between then the original books. Yeah.
Okay. But it's very, very interesting, and it was great to be back in that universe, because the Harry Potter universe is as rich as the Star Wars one, and it's great to be back amongst it. It was fantastically well done, so thoroughly worth it. Other films of mention, I don't know, what was it this year? Jobs?
Steve Jobs was last year.
Steve Jobs, that was last year, was it? Okay.
Time's gone too quick.
I only just got round to seeing it this year, and I really enjoyed that.
I liked it as well. It's a very different film to what I was expecting.
Yeah.
It didn't eulogise him at all. It painted a completely different picture.
It didn't. I mean, it went down the route that a lot of films of this ilk do, which is, he's a tech billionaire, therefore he's an asshole. Which kind of gets a little bit
boring,
dull after a while, yeah. But I thought that the way they framed it and the way it was filmed and the story it told in the constraints of the way it was shot, I thought was fantastic. So I really, really enjoyed that. Now, having not been so complimentary about it when it was released, on reflection, I really enjoyed X-Men Apocalypse.
I have my issues with it. The things about the film that I really like, and the things that I really like about the film is actually what most people seem to hate, and it's the character stuff. I like the young Jean Grey and Scott Summers interaction. I love that. I think it's brilliant.
I think that the villain was massively overblown, and
I think the villain was terrible, and he was not Apocalypse. He was a Power Rangers villain.
Yeah, totally.
He was B-movie in his execution, and that was a shame. It was a waste, and Psylocke was terribly wasted as well.
Yes, and shoved into horrid skimpy spandex outfits just because.
I think she actually insisted on that.
Really?
Yeah, I think she said if she was going to do Psylocke, she was going to do Psylocke in that costume.
Okay.
And she trained ridiculously hard. I follow Olivia Munn on Instagram, so a lot of her training stuff's on there.
Well, then it's a real shame that she didn't get a bit more of a go in it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because the character of Psylocke is awesome.
Yeah.
She's up there for me with Gambit as one of my favourite X-Men. And I thought she was criminally underused.
Yeah.
But, again, as you say, I loved the interplay between the characters in it, and I thought that was fantastic.
I think that's what in my review, that's what I came out most favourable for. It was that gave me hope for the next inevitable X-Men trilogy, which, to be honest, I think should just be. They should not have Professor X and not have Magneto, or at least not have them as main focus as they have been. It should just be the Scott and Jean story, set over a trilogy of films, with the third film being Dark Phoenix.
Well,
I mean, it's set up in the fact that
it is. They did set it up, and
the end credit scene is.
I loved the tongue-in-cheek reference back to the third film as being shit. That was great.
Yeah. You know what they always say about third ones.
Yeah.
But that was my opinion. I think it's the worst of the new 3 X-Men films. But it has moments which save it. I mean, it's not down there with BVS or Suicide Squad for me.
Well, now you say that, I was going to say I actually quite enjoyed Suicide Squad.
You've always been more of a fan of Suicide Squad than I have, though. So I think I probably missed quite a lot. I've made a resolution as well that I must stop watching my films at the midnight screenings at the end of long days, because I tend to be wrecked, and I think I've stopped reviewing things instantly. I've started taking time to think more before I post a review, because I don't want tiredness to be a factor. But yeah, Suicide Squad for me, I just could not get on with it.
Simon
it would have been
hasn't
better
watched the
without the
theatre
Joker,
version.
I think.
Sorry?
Simon hasn't watched the theatre version. He watched the
No,
extended version.
I've only seen the extended version.
So it might be a very different
I
film.
haven't watched that. For me,
It's not, because I've kind of viewed what all the differences were, and it's mainly character based stuff. So it's stuff where they're sat in a bar talking to each other in between. It's it does a couple of things very, very well. It sets up the universe again very, very well, and it references all of the Justice League characters. It references Superman, it references Batman, it references, the Flash is even in it, and a whole other bunch of other stuff. What it does badly is choose which villain it is in the film.
Yes, I completely agree. Like, I really quite like Suicide Squad. I think it could save the DCEU. I had no problem with like the plot or anything like that. What I thought was bad was the choice of villain. It was too overpowered, and then the CGI on top of it was horrific.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I think they could have easily done the same story where they were trying to capture a more human level, street level villain, who then for the next film became part of the Suicide Squad, and not had this ridiculous 5,000-year-old meta-human who they shouldn't have been able to take down. There's no way that Pyro Boy, whatever his name was, El Diablo...
Because a 3,000-year-old villain will, of course, tell someone to suck their balls, because that's just Egyptian dialogue all over.
It could have been Deadshot, or even the Joker.
Yeah. The Joker should have been the bad guy.
This is what we originally said. I was kind of disappointed that Joker wasn't the bad guy.
The only way his inclusion made sense to us pre-release was if he was the bad guy, because he's not part of the squad.
And weirdly, he was just an ancillary third party.
Yeah, they felt they needed to. It felt to me like they right. Withhold the rage a little bit. Okay, it felt
anger.
It felt
rage.
To me like the studio thought they had to have the Joker in the film in order to justify Harley Quinn. It felt like the studios didn't give the audience enough credit. Like, they could say, we want Harley Quinn in the film, but no one's going to know who she is, so we'll have to have the Joker to justify her. And that's complete bullshit.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
No one needs to justify Harley Quinn's existence.
God,
and by having the Joker in the film, you minimise Harley's impact.
Yeah.
You minimise her. She becomes a prize.
But I
Rather
think
than being the leading lady, she becomes the prize for the Joker.
But I think that the extended version, having looked at what the differences are, does a much better job of fleshing out Harley's character from the theatrical version, and goes a lot more into how she became what she was and her relationship with the Joker, and not making it as kind of as obsessive as it was in the theatrical cut. So I think it did a much better job of fleshing out Harley's character and why she does what she does and who she is, rather than just the brevity of the theatrical cut.
Okay. Well, if I'm drunk and bored one night, I might watch the extended cut and see what I think.
That's fine, dude.
It was good, and to be fair, you could have still had a similar ending whereby there was some breakout scene involving the Joker and Harley at the end. You just did not need to have Enchantress and her unexplained brother being the souped up villains. Also, like, I've heard people say that they don't think that the brother's dead, and neither is El Diablo. Is that his name, El Diablo?
Oh, yeah.
Fire Dude.
Fire Dude. Yeah.
Like some people don't think that they're actually dead. I don't know if that's something that I don't know because of comics.
Well, it's comics, so
anyone can go back.
Even if they are dead, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Phil Coulson.
not the DC universe.
Well, say you're referencing Marvel there, but DC. Yeah, Superman died. He'll be back.
He didn't. Definitely. I don't even think he died.
He did.
Do you think he actually died?
Yeah. Because it was the classic death of Superman storyline.
Oh, okay. There were so many storylines
crammed into that one movie that's made it awful.
They went, okay, let's pick a storyline. What
Infinite
do we do?
Crisis,
We do all of these?
Death of
Yeah.
Superman, Doomsday.
Yeah.
Dark Side.
So those were my honourable mentions for the
Okay.
year as films that I thought were very, very good over the year.
As an honourable mention, I'll chuck Creed in there as well.
You've
Right,
reviewed that
I
one
reviewed
before.
that earlier in
That
the
was
year.
2015 though, wasn't it?
No, it was this year.
You sure?
Yeah, it was this year for the Oscars.
So 2015 was what I was gonna say because I was trying to think of something to add rather than repeat because I mean I love Civil War and these sort of things. I quite like Suicide Squad. I liked X-Men Apocalypse. Creed. I don't know anything about the Rocky franchise. I watched that as a new film upon other people's recommendation. I thought it was brilliant.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
I don't really like Sylvester Stallone, but I liked his involvement in that film. The other one I was going to say was Jungle Book.
Okay,
Yeah,
not seen that.
Not seen that, no.
I haven't watched it recently enough to say anything in the sort of detail that you guys would normally comment, but it was very good. I couldn't really find much to say negatively about it.
Cool.
Good animation. It was an interesting retelling and sort of development because it wasn't just a play-by-play retelling of the animated version into a mocap version. It was developed. There was differences in the story. It was well done. The only thing that was a little bit odd was some of the vocal dubbing didn't match well with the animation. Like, say, Idris Elba, I think, was Shere Khan, and it just didn't look right. I don't know whether that was just me cognitively.
Yeah, it's like
But sometimes it just doesn't look... Does that make sense? Like,
yeah,
it
if you don't get sync right on ADR, it can be disjointing. It can break
Well,
out
especially
itself.
ADR with mocap.
Yeah. It's pretty bad.
But it was only...
Throwing out all the buzzwords.
But in that instance, it was only two...
Buzzword
maybe-
bingo.
It was only maybe two of the characters. Other than that, it was very good. Very well done. Really enjoyable, yeah.
Okay, so it wasn't released this year, but one of my best film experiences this year was seeing Jurassic Park for the umpteenth time at the Royal Albert Hall with the Royal Philharmonic Concert Orchestra playing John Williams' score live. That, for
Nice.
me, is next level epicness.
That's pretty awesome.
That was pretty sweet. And it really impressed me how much I'd missed from watching Jurassic Park at least once a year, every year, since '93. Like, stuff you don't twig until you're actually seeing the orchestra playing the music. Like,
I don't think I've watched that film fully since SFW 3 when it was on every time I turned the TV on.
Oh!
for Stalingrad, I remember
It
that.
was
Yeah.
that and Batman.
Yeah. Every time I turned the TV on, it was Jurassic Park.
The one thing that really stood out for me watching it at the Royal Albert Hall was the Jeep attack scene where the T-Rex attacks the Jeep of Lex and Timmy and Alan Grant and Jeff Goldblum. There is no score. There's no music for that entire 5-6 minute extended set piece. There is absolutely no music scoring the tension. It's all sound effects.
Is that the bit when the car gets flipped up
Yeah.
and the rain
Yeah.
and he breaks out of the paddock?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no
There isn't.
music.
No, you're right. Yeah.
And the academic side of me is thinking how can I what can I give students ideas for essays and stuff? And one would be a comparison between early '90s scoring of tension scenes and 2013 and on, because that sort of scene in Jurassic World would have been scored. They'd have had music to emphasise the tension rather than letting the action do it. Other thing that I noticed was pretty cool was when they're in the park and doing the tour, and Hammond's doing his back and forth with the on-screen version of him.
Yes.
There's the orchestra playing the score. I'm thinking, obviously, someone scored that music.
Very, very
Because
cool.
it exists. It's diegetically sourced. It exists within the film, and the source is within the film. But of course, it had to be scored by somebody. So the orchestra are playing the little ditty that goes along. And then, more than ever, it becomes apparent that actually Jurassic Park is about hope. There's a later scene where the park systems are all shut down and Lex is going through the computer system to find the way to reboot it. And as she's doing that, the motif of Jurassic Park starts playing very lightly and builds as she finds hope in fixing everything. So yeah, it's kind of about hope. And I'm sure I've noticed these things before, but until I actually saw the orchestra stop playing at certain points or start playing at certain points, I'd never really put things together. So it was a viewing experience that was just out of this world. And I think they're doing another run of films next year. And if you get a chance to go and see a film with the orchestra playing the score, then you definitely should.
You went
Cannot
to
recommend it enough.
Oh, yeah,
You
I
went
did the
to see that one
65
in
days of
Brighton,
static one.
didn't you?
Yeah. I'm no stranger to these. Okay, cool. Did you have any you wanted to bring up?
Well, no, because it's all really the same ones that you've
I was
mentioned.
going to say, but was there anything that we missed that we really enjoyed?
But if you want to say about sort of film being theatre and live, I really liked seeing the Rocky Horror Show.
Well,
If we're going to go on that sort of tangent.
well,
This show's built on tangents. Come on.
I think what we'll do is we'll do a wonderful segue from Michael Crichton musical motifs and theme parks gone wrong and start talking about TV shows of this year.
That's a Westworld reference.
Was it really? Yeah, so TV. Okay, so I'm going to start with my 5 TV shows
Go
of the
for it.
year then. And of course, at number 1, Westworld. Absolutely amazing series. We're at the end of it now, and looking back over it of what we said on previous episodes, how bang on were we?
I love that show.
Yeah, it's utterly brilliant.
Yeah.
And they had some wonderful reveals at the end of the series of Samurai World and other Westworlds out there as well. That it's not just one.
Yeah.
So there's a whole bunch of stuff to come, and I'm looking forward to what I saw driving down the motorway. Somerset World.
Yeah, it was a good one. On the way to Exeter.
Somerset.
Yeah. That won't work now.
The fuck is this?
Honestly, it's a real thing. I was driving down the motorway to Exeter on the way to the Steampunk Ball, and there was a sign saying Somerset World.
And we were wondering what
Wow.
phase that would be.
And I was just like, yeah, you know what? That's tucked away in a corner of the park somewhere. We don't talk about Somerset World.
Just at the centre of the maze. Centre of the maze is Somerset World. Man in back's going, fuck you guys. It's the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the series. It wasn't easy viewing.
Hell no. And it was I tweeted about it the other day that I was sat on the train and overheard people talking. There was a couple sat watching, and from their conversation, I was like, "You're on the penultimate episode of season 1," and I had to rein myself back from going. The next one's this is one, and then they finished that one, and the next one's an hour and a half long. And I'm like, I know, I'm dying to tell you that for the last hour while you've been watching this, and I'm on the train and I'm just a random passerby. But no, I can't. So, but no, phenomenal storytelling. It's opened up everything. It was everything I hoped it was going to be and more.
Yeah, it's definitely the breakout show of the year, I think. Well, for cable TV.
Yes.
Certainly.
Yeah. Okay, so
Netflix has a couple of...
Yeah. So that was show number 1 for me. I'm going to kind of lump a whole bunch of stuff together for my number 2.
Okay.
And that's the CW Arrowverse. Because Invasion as a crossover, fuck yes.
Yeah, I saw the Flash episode and I saw the Arrow episode, but I cannot bring myself to watch Legends of Tomorrow.
But you have to because it's the end.
Fine.
You honestly have to.
Fuck you guys.
Because it
All right, I'll
finishes
watch
off
it.
the whole thing. So, but that's how to do a crossover.
Yeah.
DC Cinematic Universe, pay attention. CW just owned it.
Yeah.
Completely. Admittedly, the Supergirl crossover was utterly non-existent.
It was just a trailer at the end of it.
No, it was a
Okay.
post-credit
Yeah.
scene where Barry and Cisco turned up and went, "We need your help," and that was it. And that whole scene was replayed at the start of The Flash anyway.
There was no need for
So
it.
it was pointless. But then, there were issues with it because it coincided with Arrow's 100th episode.
Yeah.
So Arrow's 100th episode brought back a whole bunch of people who hadn't been around since season 1, and did the Doctor Who 50th anniversary of holograms of people who didn't want to turn up and be in it. So that was awkward. But yeah, so that wasn't the best. The Arrow one wasn't the best of the episodes, but I thought the Flash and the DC Legend of Tomorrow, that was utterly brilliant the way they crossed all of those over. Phenomenally well done.
Okay. Sticking with Arrow, briefly. Black Canary's back.
Not so much.
But the end sting of the mid-season finale was her.
I think it's a Flashpoint thing.
But how? Because they know she's dead?
I'm not sure. Because
I was thinking, it's a Flashpoint thing, but I was thinking, but they know she's not there. So it's not like something's been changed. So I'm not sure what she's doing.
I honestly don't know. We will have to wait and see.
Okay.
But I think just as a concept, the fact that one TV network is running 4 different shows and crossing them over with pretty much flawless execution. There were issues, the fact that the Atom had his suit back after he got detonated in Legends of Tomorrow and a couple of other things, so there were some issues around it, but it was brilliantly well done.
But when we've spoken to Willa Holland before, she's been saying that they're really hard work, because they have to do seriously really long hours, because they're working on all the different shows at the same time, but apparently they're really good fun to do. Because you get to see, they got that sense of family there.
Yeah, you get that impression watching the Nerd HQ panels.
Yeah.
And
they're all Vancouver based, so it was the whole thing when Supernatural went. Supernatural welcomes DC Legends of Tomorrow with pictures of Sam and Dean going. Sorry for those who are listening. Then
that was a thumbs up.
You can't see it, so screw you.
You can see how much because it's hard work working on them anyway. When you start crossing over, and when you start doing more and more crossovers, because he said it was hard just doing the Arrow Flash ones. Never mind bringing everything in.
Okay, so other TV highlights I've done too. So 3, The Expanse.
Yes.
That was good.
Yes.
Phenomenal hard sci-fi.
That was amazing.
Utterly amazing. Cannot wait for season 2.
Mm-hmm. Season 1 is now on UK Netflix.
It is indeed.
For anyone who missed it the first time around earlier this year, you should definitely be watching that.
4, scoffed at and ridiculed in our previews of this year, Designated Survivor.
You know what?
Is that the one with Kiefer Sutherland?
Yeah, yes, it is.
Yeah. There was a point where I stopped watching it, and Simon at Hide and Geek was just like, no, you have to watch past that part. It gets really good. And I did, and he was right. I've enjoyed that series.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Utterly brilliant series.
And it's only a 10-parter.
Yep.
It's on break now.
We also took the piss out of Bull, and that was better.
I like Bull as well. Bull's pretty good.
Okay, so I have one more. What's my other TV highlight of the year? Was it this year? Was Jessica Jones this year? No, she was last year.
This year was Daredevil 2 and Luke Cage.
Daredevil 2 and Luke Cage.
Daredevil 2 this year?
It was
March. It's all
March
blurred into my...
Because it was the day we got back from Sci-Fi Weekender.
This is why I have a spreadsheet. I have a spreadsheet of everything I've watched and the format that I've watched it on.
Okay, and so my other one of the year, and I've not finished watching it yet, is The Exorcist.
Okay. Yeah, not one that I got around to. I keep saying I will, but I never have.
It's hard going, but it's really good.
Yeah.
It's much better than the film.
Yeah, it's so much better than the film. So there you go, that's my 5 for TV.
Okay. So, in terms of TV, for me, just wanted to add to what you've said. There is a really nice little comedy show called Those Who Can't. It's kind of like Community, but from the teacher's point of view rather than the student's point of view, and it's in a high school. It's very funny. It's snuck under the radar for me. I think I saw a Cracked podcast where they were talking to the cast about the worst things that they would do as teachers. So it's very tongue-in-cheek. There's a lot of pop culture references. It works on a level of humour that really appeals to me. So if you know me or have learned anything right from the podcast, that should say enough. So that was one pick. The Netflix Marvel series, Luke Cage and Daredevil 2.
Yeah.
Luke Cage, especially, I like that a lot more than Daredevil, I think.
I've got to say, yeah, but I don't think the bad guys in Luke Cage did it justice.
No.
That was, again, that was its downfall, was the two bad guys in it. Cottonmouth was a bit wet, the other guy was a bit too melodramatic.
Yeah. But I liked where it was going, I liked what it was trying to do.
Yeah.
And I loved the music. That was the big seller for me.
Big reveal this week was the cast photos from The Punisher.
Really?
Season 3.
Oh, I've missed.
No, the Punisher
The
season
Punisher's
1.
own spin-off.
Oh, was there a season?
Yeah, it's getting his own spin-off. It comes out next year, right?
Yep.
What do you mean? I've missed this.
Yeah, cast photos came out yesterday. The first photos of the cast.
Other than the Punisher,
yeah.
who are we getting? Like,
I honestly can't remember off the top of my head, but I only literally saw it today. So
I'm guessing we're going to get Claire because she seems to
Night
be in
Nurse
everything.
will probably turn up. Yes,
because she seems to be the link between.
she's the
Night
linchpin.
Nurse and Turk. They're the two links between
Turk?
Daredevil. Turk is the guy who sells out the barbershop in Luke Cage. He's the gun dealer from Daredevil.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that. Claire's an obvious link. I missed Turk. Okay.
Yeah, he's the hood that Daredevil first beats up.
Oh, okay.
So what we're looking at, we've still got Jessica Jones,
2 should be next year.
Season
JD
2,
Luke Cage 2,
Luke Cage,
DD,
Iron Fist,
Iron Fist 1 is next year as well.
and then the Defenders.
Yeah.
and then
It'll be a busy year.
DD3 is coming too eventually.
I imagine after
Defenders.
Yeah.
I'm going to go rinsed for this. But Gilmore Girls, A Year in the Life, that four-parter.
And we didn't see it, but we we were happy for you.
I fucking
We were
loved that
happy for
show.
you.
That was awesome. It was brilliant. It was so good to watch. It was all the closure I needed after a disappointing season 7 of the series. That's what happens when you change writers for the last series. Had the right level of nostalgia, in-jokes, callbacks. The fact that they got all the original cast to come back for various cameos or extended roles. It was brilliant. And yeah, I was really pleased with that. But the number one, Stranger Things.
Of course, we haven't mentioned that. Yes.
Stranger Things. Like we said, Westworld was the standout, was the breakout moment of like major cable TV. But in terms of TV on demand, the breakout without doubt was Stranger Things.
Yeah. You're right.
That show this summer was absolutely incredible.
It was a breath of fresh air.
Yeah. They've released cast photos for season 2. Sean Astin's joining the bunch. So there's another 80s tie-in there.
Did I mention about when I saw the interview with the girl who played 11 on Lorraine?
No.
Yeah, she turned up on Lorraine, and Lorraine was like, "Oh yes, so you're doing this show?" And she was just sat there going, I think you're fabulous, Lorraine. Like, I'm really starstruck. She was utterly starstruck at being on Lorraine, and she was like, "Yeah, because this is my morning. I watch Breakfast TV. I watch you. I watch Jeremy Kyle."
Wow. So she starts with Lorraine, but she quite happily like sprays Jimmy Fallon with
precisely, yeah,
and raps.
Yeah, it was so weird. Just because just watching her on British morning TV, and she was just like, I can't handle this. You're like really famous and stuff.
Oh, keep her humble, Millie. Fair play.
So she was awesome.
Yeah, but yeah, that show like made up for a lot of what went wrong, what was bad in this year. That show was just.
We're doing really well. We're being really positive about this year, and I think we need to keep it that way because otherwise it will all go bad.
Oh yeah, because the wine's out.
Yeah, I've run out of wine.
Wine's
now.
gone,
It's
I
all
think.
gonna go wrong.
So yeah, that's my lot.
Okay, any other TV shows to add in that we've missed?
Pardon me, sorry.
No, I didn't see that.
I've been quite weak on television at the moment, so I'm better off giving you a bit of a comment on everything mentioned. and then one or two other things on top of that. I've given up on the Arrowverse because I got to see end of season 2 of Arrow, and then from 3 or 4 I watched them and got bored. With Flash 2 I got bored, and contrary to this beardy chap in the corner, I loved Legends of Tomorrow. I thought it was fantastic in that it didn't take itself seriously, and it was just a bit of fun that linked together the rest of that universe. The thing I didn't like was what they did with one of their best characters at the end of the season, in that they killed him.
Spoilers.
You've seen it, have you not?
No.
Oh.
I'm not going to either, it doesn't really matter.
I thought that you had. I thought that's why you were working on season 2, was because you... Okay, anyway. Let's pretend I didn't say that. Anyway, so they get rid of one of the characters. That was one of my favourites. And I don't think they needed to. Maybe. But yeah, so...
Which one was that?
So I'm at a loss to think. Was it one of the Hawk people?
No, so good that we got rid of the Hawk
Thank
people.
God. Yeah, alright. I was worried you liked the
Okay,
Hawk
well,
people there, and I was about to lose all respect for you.
No.
Which is the best character?
I'm guessing Rip. Because I didn't
Rip.
see Rip 2
No,
in the
because
crossover.
Rip's still in season
Still
2.
in?
No, Captain Cold.
Captain Cold.
Of course, yeah, but he's still in it,
He's still
so
in
it's
it.
fine.
Okay.
Flashpoint fixes all of that.
So
Don't worry about
For a
it.
reset button.
So
Yeah.
I haven't caught up to this epic crossover because I gave up watching. The only thing I thought was really good about Arrow post season 2 was the villain in Damien Dark.
Yes.
But I thought the actual rest of it,
And now
the
Damien
action,
Dark's moved to DC
was
Legends of
just-
Tomorrow, so it's all fine.
So I'll watch Legends of Tomorrow
Yeah.
2. What else have we gone through? Oh, so Marvel, Daredevil 2. I enjoyed.
Sorry, just before you do that, I just have to say, take that beardy chap in the corner.
Have you liked Legends of Tomorrow as well? Then have you been on?
Yeah, no, I love it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it's fun, isn't it?
But I also
Why?
love referring to him as beardy chap in the corner.
Cool, baby chap, which is ironic considering we're all baby chaps in corners.
And you'll never know who I meant out there, internet.
It was me.
In Marvel's TV, Daredevil 2 I enjoyed, but I felt like it had a bit of Iron Man 2 Age of Ultron syndrome, in that it was trying to do 6 or 7 things at once without actually being able to tell a story.
Yeah, it got a
It
bit
was setting
messy
up too
towards
much.
the end. Yeah.
Hence why Elektra didn't really get much of her own story. She was more there to say she exists,
Yeah.
rather than actually have anything to do. Luke Cage, I agree with you guys. I thought it was really good what was there, but I thought, I really liked what they were trying to do. I enjoyed him and his development, but I just thought, maybe
Oh, the villains were weak.
Yeah.
they weren't as good as they could be. But what I did like was that they did 2 villains. You had this 2-wave effect, which hasn't been done in the other shows.
Well, no, to be honest, it was, because you had Punisher, then the Hand.
Yeah.
But again, that was in DD2 again.
Yeah.
So it's DD2 being a bit fragmented.
Yeah.
What I didn't like about Luke Cage was... I don't know, are we okay for spoilers? Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, what, Daredevil?
No.
Fuck yes.
No, Luke Cage.
Oh, and Luke Cage, God
Yeah,
damn.
So I didn't like his pairing up with Claire. I thought it was too obvious and cunning. They didn't need to justify either of them with a love story with each other. Claire felt like she was good on her own. But
He does seem to have affairs with everybody he encounters.
Yeah.
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 And I thought that Claire could do well on her own without having a love interest tying her to a show.
Well, when you have an indestructible boner.
Well, there you go.
Oh, there you go, guys. That's the level.
That's gone down. So what else was mentioned? Because I haven't seen much
Talking
of the
out loud again.
I haven't seen much of the other stuff that we were mentioning. So the thing that wasn't brought up though, I really have loved the first half of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. 4. The Ghost Rider story.
Yeah.
I thought that was very well done, and I
Yeah.
like how it closes.
Yeah, so the next half of this season has been dubbed Life Model Decoys.
Yes, and you have that cliffhanger with May being replaced.
Yeah.
But I really liked what we've had already. I think they handled it very well. They didn't. I agree with your criticism of the opening of the season with the bikini shot.
Yeah.
There was no need for that at all. But I liked the use of Ghost Rider. I think it was well handled. I think they didn't beat around the bush in terms of they didn't start slow.
Yeah,
They just
it's
dived
straight.
straight into the action. No build up, nothing. I thought season 4 has been epic, brilliant.
Yeah, I can agree with that. It's been pretty
The
good.
Cage beats around the bush.
He seems to beat straight into the bush
Yeah, indeed.
from what he's done so
Indestructible
far.
boner. Just
But-
saying.
So that's my I haven't seen much TV. So.
Oh, the smut is real, folks.
Sweetie, anything to add? Apart from an indestructible boner?
It started last year, but I'll mention it anyway. It was still on this year. The Magicians. I really like the
Magicians.
Magicians.
Yeah.
It's nice
Sci-fi
and
show?
dark.
Come across that one?
I've been told.
Yeah, it's the
Like that.
Narnia X-rated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And season 2 of Killjoys was amazing.
That Killjoys is great. Yeah.
But then my all-time favourite show is The Blacklist. So more of The Blacklist is always good.
Well, you have more of the Blacklist. You've got the Blacklist and Blacklist Redemption next year.
Yeah, let's start. I'm going to wait till 5th of January for more Blacklist.
I've got 24 Legacy starting
Terrible.
soon as well. Damn it, Chloe! Tell me where the bomb is!
Do you want to talk about disappointing TV shows?
Disappointing ones. Can do. I mean, I guess Son of Zorn wasn't everything I think
Yeah,
it
kinda
cracked up to be.
That let us down a bit
Um,
after all that hype.
yeah. Lethal Weapon started out good,
I like
bit
Lethal Weapon.
disappointing. Not as bad as it could have been. It's okay. MacGyver is a festering pile of shit.
I'm still watching MacGyver, but I'm not overly sold on it.
I will watch MacGyver's rotting corpse.
Wow.
Oh, Donald backspin.
But do you know, he's doing what looks like is going to be the biggest piece of shit movie next year ever. I saw the trailer for it the other day. It's called Monster Trucks.
Yeah, I can't even.
Right,
It's
honestly,
about trucks
if
that are
you-
monsters.
Yep. indeed. And it's dude from MacGyver / what's his face from Havoc from X-Men. It's him.
Yeah.
And it looks like so
So it's literally trucks that are monsters.
yeah,
So
Yeah.
it's Christine, but with monster trucks.
yep, and dude from MacGyver. Do you know what? I think even if I'd eaten like 1,000 Vindaloos, I couldn't produce a piece of shit anywhere near this impressive.
That is one hell of a metaphor.
I've-
that's some imagery right there.
Either that or one hell of a bet. You win
I
money on
could
that.
spend the rest of my existence on the loo straining, and it wouldn't even come close.
Fair enough.
What about
Without flushing, no less.
Oh, so it's like a shitty stew.
Yeah, absolutely.
What about the ongoing Big Bang Theory?
It got funnier.
It's actually gotten funny
Has it
again.
actually, season 10 has it actually picked up?
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah,
I gave
yeah,
up
it
after
really
about
has.
season 4, but I begrudgingly watched.
Its saving graces are Stuart and Raj.
Yeah.
They're just brilliant. The episode with them two in the hot tub is just priceless.
Okay, I've missed.
It's It's actually gotten quite funny again. So yeah.
It's just it became just really terrible.
Oh, it did, and it became
For a
all
long
about
time.
their relationships and less about the geekery. But the geekery is back now. And
Season 1 was superb. Like season 1 was a great show.
interestingly, I was reading an article today about how about comedy shows that have had a pilot that was disastrous that have then gone on to be much better, and The Big Bang Theory is one of them. And it says about how in the pilot episode of The Big Bang Theory, Sheldon has absolutely no problem whatsoever going into a fertility clinic and providing sperm samples, and yet later on, he's completely against any kind of sexual interaction at all. Yet in the first one, he's quite happy to crack one off over a magazine.
Okay, controversially, disappointment. Walking Dead.
No, not controversially at all. No.
Aside
Totally
from,
with you on that.
aside from the season premiere and the mid-season finale, this season has been disappointing.
Again, I have to say, sorry, if we're on disappointments on Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead can just suck a tailpipe in my... I suffered through season 1, and I got halfway through season 2, And I actually had thought it had finished and come to a close, and then it turned out there were another 6 episodes. I was like, no, fuck that. I'm just not even going anywhere near it. I hate every single character in that show. I want them all to die.
So they killed off that character in The 100 for a terrible TV show. I mean, she was good in The 100, wasn't she?
Oh, yeah, that, yes. Yeah, indeed.
The trailer for the season 4 of The 100 was released last week as well.
Oh, really?
It looks even more bleak.
Yeah, that is the best way of describing The 100 is bleak.
Yeah. Yeah. Other disappointments.
Well, I think a big disappointment for your year is the fact that Bake Off's going to Channel 4, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Oh, no, shh.
And keeping the worst host.
No, right, guys. This is don't poke the bear, alright? He seems alright for now, but
Fuck
just
you,
honestly, fucking
Yeah.
done it now.
Yeah, that was a disappointment. I'm glad Candice won Bake Off this year. That was a highlight for me. I was Team Candice all the way.
Was that another Brandon's crush of the 7 weeks?
It might have been. It might have been, to be fair. She's a Spurs fan as well, so get in there, lass. Yeah. If you do Crush of the Week, then, like, after watching Rogue One, my Felicity Jones crush is intensifying. I watched a film this week on Netflix called Chalet Girl just because she's in it.
Was it any good?
Yeah, it was brilliant. No, it really was. It was brilliant.
Again, for listeners, you cannot see my disapproving glare.
It's a great film. And Emma Roberts. What did I watch? Oh, crap. It's not really on my list. I don't know what I watched. Oh yeah, it's a film called The Art of Getting By. I went through a period of watching indie films and slow release films on Amazon Prime. So I watched a film called The Art of Getting By. I like coming of age movies that modern takes on old John Hughes type approaches, and she's in that, and she ends up getting painted by the male lead, you know, as part of one of his projects. You know, it's the big reveal at the end. Like, the thing that saves him from getting kicked out of high school is that his art project is something meaningful, and it's her. And then I watched Adult World with John Cusack, where she's a struggling author who ends up working in a pawn shop to try and make ends meet, and like the male love interest in that film, eventually, you know, when they get together, he ends up painting her as well, and there's pictures of her. And then I started watching It's Kind of a Funny Story, which is a Zach Galifianakis movie with Emma Roberts and set in a mental ward, and that just chimed with me for many reasons. The adolescent ward aspect of it, and about 20 minutes in, the male lead starts developing artistic skills and showing his artistic side. I'm just thinking, fucking hell, is she going to get painted in another fucking movie? And then sure enough, like, during the end credit, the end scene, it's like there's a picture that he's drawn of her. I'm like, Jesus Christ, Emma Roberts has been typecast as the girl who always gets painted by her crush. And then I watched We Are the Millers, and she doesn't get painted in that. But yeah, Emma Roberts, crush of the week, what up there?
You need like a jingle or something for that, like a button you press that goes ding 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 ding. Actually, another film I watched this year that's not from this year, so I don't know if that's okay. But
No, it's not.
Okay.
What film was it going on?
The Way Back with Sam Rockwell.
Oh no, it hasn't.
And I really enjoyed it. It's a story about a kid who's he's out of place in his family. He doesn't really understand things. And they go away to a family holiday, and it stars Steve Carell actually as a bad guy for once, which is kind of cool.
Oh,
like
Foxcatcher.
Challenging his
Yeah,
bad
guy.
but and also with him being not like the funny stupid guy, Sam Rockwell's not a douchebag.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually the good guy. He's the positive role model for this kid who's a bit out of place in his life. It's just a really good sort of people story. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so I think that's it for
film and TV.
Film, TV. So the only other thing I think we could wrap up on is event of the year. I think let's go for one on this.
That's a no-brainer. Star Wars Celebration. That was the highlight of a disappointing July was that. In fact, yeah, that was just the highlight of the year. Getting to see the Rogue One panel, getting to be in the same room as Felicity Jones.
Before she became Brendan's crush of the week.
She's been my crush of the week for a while.
Thanks to the button press.
So yeah, no, the Star Wars Celebration, that was my event highlight for sure. Just being more or less on my own for a weekend amongst that many people and not feeling freaked out or out of place, feeling comfortable. And then of course, like Sue and Andy came along on Saturday and we hung out, and that was pretty sweet. Going to the panels was cool. Getting the exclusive Rogue One posters was cool. Spending a fortune on Star Wars art was cool.
Cool / expensive.
Yeah. Yeah, that whole weekend was amazing. Just seeing how much Star Wars meant to so many people was really, really, really special.
Cool. I think, weirdly for me, I think my favourite event of the year has been the Asylum.
Yes, I really enjoyed that.
Yeah. Finally getting to go to the weekend at the Asylum, because it's been one I've been meaning to go to for years. And just, the idea of thousands of steampunks taking over Lincoln City Centre is just genius.
Yeah.
And being in the middle of all of that was just fantastic. An in-character role-playing meal on the Friday was brilliant. And then, just all the other stuff. It was just, it was an amazing event with stuff going on all over the city centre. So I think it's so eclectic and so brilliant that, that has to take my event of the year.
Nice.
Out of all the ones I've been to.
Awesome.
Would you concur or disagree?
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree with you.
Cool. And you don't go to events, so you don't count.
No, I don't count.
So you have to come back next year, having gone to an event. At least one.
At least one event next year then. That's your challenge.
Cool. Well, I can be your, Scotland rep.
You can be my correspondent. Up north.
Up north.
So way more up north than
Is that good and all that? No, it's not, is it? No. That's just... Can you cut that?
No, I'll keep it in. You can get wrecked.
Oh, I can. I can cut it.
No, but
but
you
I'm
won't.
not going to. Just like I never cut out his fuck-ups at the end.
Oh, yeah. So
With
sometimes
the
I think there was
many.
3 or 4 parts. Wasn't
Yeah.
there? Yeah.
Okay, I think that's pretty conclusive round for 2016.
I think so.
Yeah.
Are we going to go into brief things for next year, or are we leave it till next one?
Very briefly, just so you have something to look forward to at this time of year. Remember that 2017 will bring us Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Woo!
It will bring us Ready Player One.
Yes.
Second season of Stranger Things. And the return to UK TV of Doctor Who, which has been much missed this year.
Indeed. But then again, it will also bring you a new Blade Runner. It will also bring you Baywatch with The Rock.
I stand by that film. Blade Runner is going to suck dick, but Baywatch is going to be awesome.
It's not.
The disappointing thing is Alien Covenant as well.
Yeah.
I'm going to...
And Uwe Boll will probably make something as well.
Yeah, I'm going to sort of withhold judgment on Covenant just yet. My On This Day in Facebook all this week has been reminding me that many years ago I was very excited about Prometheus. Every day I check it and I'm doing massive hype for Prometheus, and I got a notification from Facebook which said a page you are following has changed its name. Prometheus is now Alien. I went, no, you're not canon. You're not. Go away. And that is out next year. The poster looks pretty badass. The fact that the tagline for it is just "Run" is interesting. It's the original. Well, it's close to the original Alien design than the abomination at the end of Prometheus.
Did you not like Prometheus?
I hated it, Emma. Let's not fucking do this, shall we?
You could have given me a clue.
This is news to me, guys.
I remember my review of that being exceptionally graphic.
I refer
So
to episode 1 of the show.
So do we all.
So yeah, no, I hate that movie.
Really, do tell.
But I'm kind of looking forward to Covenant. We'll see how it goes.
And then, of course, next year is going to be the next Star
Oh
Wars.
yeah, episode 8.
The return of Beardy Skywalker.
Yeah, the reveal of who Rey's parents are as well. That's done in this one.
Well, they've already revealed who the parents of the Death Star are. BB-8 and
Well, I wondered where you were going with that. Part of me thought crucial information that I've not known. Part of me was just like terrible joke.
Yeah, terrible joke.
terrible joke wins. Terrible joke wins all the time. Cool. Well, that is all for our 2016 review. Thank you for bearing with us this year. From all of us here at NerdVsWorld, we wish you a very Merry Christmas.
And a Happy New Year!
Yeah.
I've been Brendan.
I've been Spindles.
I've been Emma.
I've been Ben.
And until next time, take care and be excellent to each other.
You did that on purpose, didn't you? Yeah, fuck you too. Nailed it. Staying in.
"2016 can suck a bag of dicks."
That's going in the outtakes.
Shit the Ben.